local elementary and high school kids, and they have the opportunity to ask Jesus some questions. Afterwards, I will be able to interview him.
In school, someone stole my crayons and I got mad. Is it okay to feel that way?
Well, you have heard the law that says, love your friends and hate your enemies. Well, I say, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. For if you love only your friends, what will come of that? And if you are friends with only those who love you, what makes you different than anyone else?
Huge test tomorrow and I didn't even study. I'm afraid my parents are going to get mad at me because I might fail. What should I do?
I say you shouldn't worry about the future, for tomorrow brings its own troubles, and today has its own troubles enough for today.
Thanks, Jesus.
You're welcome.
And I'm afraid God's gonna hate me for it.
Honey, God doesn't hate you, for God loved the world so much that he gave his only Son, so that everyone who believes in him will not perish but have eternal life. God sent his Son into the world not to judge the world, but to save the world through him.
Asking for my sister's cancer to be cured, but she keeps getting sicker. Why aren't my prayers being answered?
Well, see, God has a lot of prayers to answer right now. So what I tell you is to keep on asking, and you will receive what you ask for. If you keep on seeking, you will find what you are come to find. If you keep on knocking, the door will be opened. For everyone who asks receives, and everyone who seeks finds, and to everyone who knocks, the door will be opened.
Thanks for your advice, Jesus.
You're welcome.
School, he's always mean to people, and I really don't know what to do about it.
That's a very good question. My answer to that is that you should do unto others whatever it is you would want them to do unto you, for that is the essence of the teachings and the prophets.
Thanks so much for coming out with me today.
It's a pleasure.
I have a few questions for you. I wanted to know where you started leading.
Well, I was originally started leading in Bethlehem, where I was born, and I was born there in 4 BC, and I spread my father's teachings throughout the area. I started teaching, however, around 27 BC, when I was about 23 years old.
That's amazing. What were things like in that place?
Well, in my life, there are many strange things. For instance, Rome, the big empire, had taken over much of our land, and people like Pontius Pilate were controlling us.
And how would you classify your leadership styles?
My father's teachings are thoughtful because he thinks about the consequences of people's actions and how it will affect them in the long run. Also, they are considerate and selfless because he puts others before himself. And he is also rational and open-minded because he looks for the good in people.
Well, I would say that's amazing. What do you think are some pros of the way you taught?
Well, I did not promote violence for any type of wrongdoing against people in my lifetime, so that's a pretty good thing.
Yeah, that really is. And people sometimes don't agree with you. What are some of the cons with your teachings?
I believe that many people were against me because they were feared of the immensity of my power and how different I seemed to them.
That's very nice. What do you think in the future, what people would say why you were most famous?
I think my teachings are still today spread throughout countries. My power is still requested by the people of the world. I answer the prayers in the name of God.
Okay.
Do you believe that I will be successful in modern times?
Oh, that's a very good question. I believe that a lot of people would disagree with what I'm about to say, but I don't think that people would adapt to the way of your teachings. Even though there are a lot of people who do, and I know will continue to follow you, the vast majority of the world has begun to decline in their religion, and the strength of their beliefs have also declined, so I don't think you would make it very well. I'm sorry. But it was a pleasure to have you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I was a prisoner, and you visited me. I was sick, and
Buddhism.
You will ask, when did we do this for you? Whoever does this to the least of my brethren, he does it to me.